Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, welcome in. Happy Bookmas. If you are returning, happy Bookmas to you too. Thank you for coming back. If you notice the hair, it's a little wild today. It was crazy holiday hair day at school today, and so we just clipped in some extensions and called it good, and I'm too lazy to take it out right now. So here we are. Today's video I'm excited for because it's technically the first TBR that carries over into 2026, and that is my winter TBR. Now, I know winter is technically December through February, but this TBR is going to carry over and kind of set the mood for my 2026 TBR. This is basically going to be books that start out on my radar. So I compiled a list of 20 books that I really want to get to this winter. If I get to 10 of them, I will be ecstatic. That would be perfect. I have separated them all up. We are going to start with the books that I think are going to be 5 stars. We are then going to do it by genre after that. So yes, a little bit more organized this video. Yay. So I hope y'all are ready. So buckle up, get on in, and let's get right on into it. Okay, like I said, we're going to start with books that I think are going to be 5-star reads from my winter TBR. And I think I only have around 7 here to start out with. Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. Listen, it's about time that I picked this series up. I'm really trying to get through a series in 2026 and specifically off of my physical TBR. And I think I have the first 4 books in this series. So it's time. I've been scared of this series, and I can tell you why. It's because I see everyone crying over it and how traumatic it is. And I just have not mentally prepared for that. And I don't know if I'll ever be mentally prepared for it at this point. So I'm a little nervous going into this one, but I know it needs to happen. One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. I've really wanted to dive into Olivia Blake's writing, and I have yet to do so. And I have this in the Atlas 6. And this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. I'm a sucker for a good Romeo and Juliet retelling. What can I say? So I want to pick this up specifically for that reason. I have no doubt that it's going to be good. So far, everyone that I follow and watch vlogs on have really enjoyed this book, so I have no doubt that I will. And since I just have this connection with Shakespeare and Romeo and Juliet, I really think it's going to be a 5-star read for me. Beautiful Venom by Rena Kent. Listen, if this isn't a 4.75 star or above, I will be very surprised, because all of my books that I have read by Rena Kent so far have all been 4.75 stars. I think I've only read 2 though. Okay, don't judge me. Don't judge me for that. I still just think I'm going to eat this up. A dark hockey romance. How could I not enjoy this? One, I love hockey romances. Two, I love Rena Kent's writing. And so mix them both together, it's going to be so good. I can just feel it. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This has just been all over my For You page, all over my social medias. Everyone has absolutely loved this, and I want to experience it. So I heard this is space meets Hunger Games, and this is this fantasy sci-fi book, but it's one of the most emotional journeys you will go on. The people that I've seen read this series have been bawling their eyes out, but in the best way possible, and they still talk about this series to this day, and they've read it months ago. And I'm ready for an impactful series that I feel that way with, especially one that's completed. Your Knife, My Heart. This is just speaking to me. I don't know what it is about this. Maybe it's the cover art that I'm absolutely eating up, but there is something about this just calling to me, and I just feel like this is going to be an amazing read. I think this is right for me, and this is going to be one of those instances of right book, right time. I feel like the winter time right now is perfect for me for this. I don't know anything about this except for he unalives his partners, but she's different. I don't know anything else about it. I'm going into this kind of blind. Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, so me and my best friend Matt actually are planning on going to the 2026 convention slash ball that Brandon Sanderson puts on every year, and rumor has it that it may be set in the Tress and Yumi and the Nightmare Painter universe. That, or there's another book, I think Warbreaker or something, is the theories going around right now. Regardless, I'll need to read one or the other. And I loved Tress so much, and I need to to continue reading Brandon Sanderson, and I'm scared of like The Way of Kings. So like this is like a good quick standalone, and I already know I love his writing. I love the concept of this. He's like a painter and they like cross paths in some way. I don't really know the full details about it, but I think this is going to be a cool like story. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I just have been called to this book, honestly. At this point, there is something about this book calling to me, and I need to pick it up sooner rather than later. I mean, this is about a girl who makes a deal with the devil and she gets immortality, but everyone forgets who she is, no matter what. And then one day she runs into this guy who's just like, hey, I remember you, pretty much. And it's supposed to be one of the most beautiful like books that people have read, and I'm so curious about it and I want to pick this up. I don't know, I think this is just going to be so beautiful and touching. Okay, moving on. I think we just start with the fantasy first because that seems to be my biggest stack, honestly. I think so. The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. I have heard some amazing things about this trilogy and how impactful it is and how just beautiful, and how each book in the series gets better and better and better. And so I'm just curious about this because this is like trials, I think, but like set in a prison and someone takes the prisoner's place. And so this just piques my interest, honestly. I'm very curious on like how the plot's gonna go, the storyline to this, like what we're gonna see, I guess is pretty much the best way to put it. I don't know. I don't know. It has my attention though. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillick. I know. I'm late. I have yet to read this. I keep putting it off. I don't know why I keep putting it off. Honestly, it just hasn't been calling to me. And my best friend Haley has recommended this to me over and over and over again and says I need to pick it up. And she knows I'm going to love it. And so I know I'm going to love it. I just haven't, and I'm scared. I'm nervous, I guess. I'm not sure what else, but it's a tarot card magic system. We have the Nightmare, which is, I think, a voice inside her head or something like that. It's a very like interesting take on things. I'm just scared. The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. Honestly don't know why I haven't picked this up. I love games and trials. Trust me, that is like one of my favorite like tropes. Is that a trope? I think it's a trope. And I have yet to pick this up. And this is like vampires and immortal. She goes through this games and trials and everything. And I think the love interest is someone it shouldn't be. So like enemies to lovers, I think. And like I eat that up breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I don't know why I haven't picked this up. It's like high up on my like TBR. Like I want to get to it. And I feel like winter time's like the perfect time for it. Nightbane by Alex Astor. I need to continue the series. Light Lark was an amazing read for me. I pretty much read it in one sitting. So I don't know why I've not picked up Nightbane to continue it. I think it's because the series been dragging out. I've been kind of waiting to see like how it's gonna go and everything. And I think the last book has officially dropped where she finally makes a decision because this is a love triangle through 4 books. You have to kind of prepare yourself for that. You're not gonna get an answer right away. So I think they're all out finally, which means like I can binge this and actually get an answer, even though I'm Team Grimm. That's the only team in my head. To each their own though. I respect everyone's decision. You can have your opinion, but Team Grimm. Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I may get to this next month. I think this is like very high up on my TBR. This is just a duology. This is the second book in the duology to Divine Rivals, and I just haven't been ready to close out this story yet. So I've been putting off, but I think it's about time. I do think it's about time we officially close out their story, this couple, this found family. Oh, it like breaks me to say that because I love this so much, and Iris and Roman just hold a special place in my heart, and I'm just not ready to give that up. But we need to. I need answers. I need to know what happens. I need to finish their story. So, and lastly, in the fantasy section, we have A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I know. I'm like one of the only people not to read this series or her writing in general. I keep putting it off because like I'm scared of not liking it and disappointing everyone. The hype is there, and the hype can be scary. Let me tell y'all, it really can be. So like I'm just putting it off, and it's time to rip the band-aid off because I feel like this was the series that got a lot of people into reading, and so it's hyped for a reason. So I do want to experience it because if I do like it, like it's going to be an experience of a lifetime according to people. So like I'm kind of like on this like seesaw right now of like yes no, like yeah. Next we will move on to mystery thriller because I only have 2 actually on this, which is shocking. We have Ward D by Frida McFadden. I just want to make sure I continue reading her work. I'm trying to read all of Frida McFadden's books, and so far we made it to I think 11. Yeah, 11 of her books, and so I want to keep it going. So this is like a student who has to stay overnight in a psych ward, and yeah, that's all I know. That's pretty much all I know, but it sounds creepy and I love Frida's writing. I'm just really hoping the plot twist is like jaw-dropping for this. It's either going to be this or The Inmate that I pick up next, but I really think it's going to be this one. Then I have Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. I love Holly Jackson's writing. She is an auto-buy author for me, and so she has never let me down, honestly. I love all of her books. Like, they have been 3 stars and above, and so they're nice, bingeable reads. The writing is easy to follow. The plots are so good. Five Survive is my favorite. This is about someone who I think is like attacked and supposed to be like murdered, and then they aren't, but they find out they only have like a week to live, and so their goal is to solve their own like murder pretty much. And so the concept is really cool. I like the idea of it, so I'm very like curious. I say that a lot. I've noticed that, but it's true. I'm curious on like what the story is going to be, how the plot's going to play out, what the plot twists are going to be, if she's going to make it past the 7 days. Surely, I hope, but like you never know with authors, honestly. Okay, and our last section is the romance and dark romance section. So I have The Ritual by Chantal Tessier. This is another one of Haley's recommendations, and this is another one that I'm late to. I feel like everyone has read these and I have yet to, and I know it's a nice, spicy, fun time. This is like dark academia, secret society, college, I think, romance. And so I know the book series gets like more intense as we go along, and I think it goes outside the college and everything. Still, I mean, I love a good, fun, spicy time. The book is huge though. I will say this looks like a long book, so I've heard mixed reviews, so I don't know whether it's going to be good or bad. Like, yeah, it's probably around 500 and something pages, so it's a long book for a romance book, but we'll see how it goes. Then I have Good Spirits. This is actually a book club pick of the month for me, so it will be read this winter no matter what, whether it be in December or January. I'm a little behind. I'm catching up on my book club picks. This is like Ghost of Christmas Past, and she's an antique shop owner, and this just sounds so cute. I think I could read this probably anytime between like December and February, and it's perfectly fine. So like this is so adorable. Like this cover is everything to me, so like I'm obsessed with it. I love it, and I think it's gonna be a nice fun time. The Mistake by Elle Kennedy. I need to continue this series. I love the deal so much. It's another hockey romance series. I loved Elle Kennedy's writing. I love the story of Hannah and Garrett as well, so I just feel like The Mistake and the rest of the entire series I really need to binge and get through. I think I'm just gonna love them and enjoy them, honestly. So I've heard, I think the third book is everyone's favorite, the one that has Dean. Who's this one? This is about John. So yeah, I've heard Dean is their favorite. I think the third one is his book, and I think I'm really gonna like that one, but we gotta get through the second, right? Like, I still think I'm gonna like this one too. Let me be clear. Then I have Loathe to Love You by Ali Hazelwood. This has, I think, 3 different stories into it, and yes, I will be counting every single one of them as an individual book because they technically are, and they are listed on Goodreads as individual books as well. So it makes sense in my head, but this is basically 3 stories in one. They all have something different. I have no clue what any of them are about, but Ali Hazelwood is an auto-buy author for me, and I love her. And like the reason why this is just giving like cold weather, this one, and so I think December time is like gonna be perfect for it, honestly. Who knows? But it's Ali Hazelwood, so we have to read it because she's another one of those authors where I want to read all of her work. And lastly, we have Leave Me Behind. I think this is like a military dark romance. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Don't hold it against me if I am wrong. I'm so sorry if I am. But this is adorable. I love this cover. I know I say it's adorable, and you see this cover and you're like, probably like, what the heck is wrong with you? A lot, honestly, but that's besides the point. I think this is going to be fun. I think this is going to be one of those books that like seem dark, but I'm going to be kicking, giggling my feet the entire time. I am kind of going into it blind. I don't know much about it, but like that's the fun of reading. Okay, and that is all 20 books. I hope I got all 20. I could have miscounted. Whoops if I did, but that is all my winter books. And so if I get to 10 of them, I'll be very, very happy. If I don't, oh well, it does happen. But thank you all for hanging out for another episode of Bookmas. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I can't wait for y'all to see the rest of this. I am very, very proud of of myself and happy that we made it through Bookmas. It has been a lot. We are closing in on it. I think this is day 11 that I am recording, so we have one more day, which is like bittersweet, but like I really hope y'all have been loving it and enjoying it as much as I have, though I have been a little bit stressed. I appreciate y'all and I love y'all, and if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.